Good afternoon, students. In our previous class, we talked about or discussed the first two stanza of the poem. Today, we shall be discussing the next two stanza of the poem, the Daffodils. So, the third stanza, as it says that the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the soul to me had bought. Means, as already it has been discussed and it has been said that the daffodil flowers were looking very beautiful, as if they themselves were very happy along with the force of the wind. Means, along with the daffodil flowers, the waves beside them means beside the daffodil flowers, the waves were also dancing. Okay, the water body beside the daffodil flowers, where daffodil flowers were blooming, they were also dancing along the force or along the current of the wind, but they outdid. They means again, they refers to the golden daffodil flowers blooming beside the lake. Okay, they outdid the sparkling waves. Means, along with the daffodil flowers, the waves were also dancing, but the daffodil flowers outdid, means they excelled in their performance. Means, they were dancing in a better way than that of the waves in glee. Means, the daffodil flowers were looking more happy and more beautiful, and they were dancing in a more beautiful way. So that is why it has been said that the daffodil flowers outdid the sparkling waves. Means, the waves who were dancing along the bridge or along the wind, they were shining, and they were also, means the waves were also looking very beautiful, but the daffodil flowers excelled, or the daffodil flowers outdid. That means the daffodil flowers were looking more beautiful than that of the waves, and the daffodil flowers were dancing along the bridge more than better than the waves. And the next line says, a poet could not be but gay in such a jocund company. The term gay means happy. Okay, the poet, he says, means the poet says that a man like him or a poet like him could not be but happy or could not be but jocund in such a jocund company. Jocund means again happy company or cheerful company or merry company, means whatever company he had. So what kind of accompaniment the poet was having right at that moment? So at that moment, poet was having the company of such beautiful flowers or such natural beauty. So in such a jocund and happy and beautiful company, a poet simply be happy, or he was just gay and his mind was filled with happiness right at that moment. So that is why he says, I gazed and gazed. Means the poet was having a fixed look. Gaze means, the term gaze means having a fixed look at something. Means the poet was having a fixed look at the daffodil flowers, the beautiful daffodil flowers. Means he gazed and gazed, means he for a long period of time that he was having a fixed look, or he was gazing at the daffodil flowers, okay, which were looking very beautiful, but little thought what wealth the soul to me had bought. But right at that moment, this phrase is very important. Okay, so here in this phrase, the poet tries to mean that, means when he was looking at the daffodil flowers, or when he was just enjoying the beauty of the daffodil flowers, that he did not have any thought, he did not imagine that what benefit that he would have while he was looking or gazing at the daffodil flowers, what kind of benefit he would get by looking at such a beautiful scenery, or by looking at such beautiful flowers. He did not think about the benefit right at that moment. Okay, just he was enjoying without thinking or without imagining about his benefit. Okay, or what kind of wealth. Wealth means here wealth refers to benefit. So when he was enjoying such a jocund company, or when he was enjoying such a natural scene or natural beauty, that he did not think about the benefit or reward that he would get, or whatever benefit he would have, that he never thought of that. But the next stanza again, it is said that, for oft when on my couch I lie in a vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. But later on, okay, but after leaving that beautiful scene, or after a long period of time, that very often means when the poet used to lie on his couch, used to lie on his bed, that with a vacant or pensive mood. So right at that moment when he means used to lie on his couch or lie on his bed without imagining anything, means when his mind is empty. Vacant means empty, and pensive means having a mood to think something or having a mood to compose something. That mind or that state of mind is called pensive or pensiveness. Okay, so when he was in a pensive mood, or when his mind is vacant, means nothing to think, when the poet did not have anything to think, or did not have anything to do. Simply he was just when he used to lie on his couch, and when his mood was pensive, means the poet wanted to imagine something, or the poet wanted to do something. Okay, and when he did not have anything to do, and when his mind was empty, so means as it is said that in vacant or pensive mood, means when his mood was pensive and when his mind was vacant, they flash upon that inward eye. They means again, they refers to the daffodil flowers, the beautiful scenery of daffodil flowers the poet saw long ago. Okay, that natural scene flashes upon his inward eye, means flashes upon his inward mind or imagination, means the poet could imagine, or the poet could visualize the beauty of that daffodil flowers. Okay, which is the bliss of solitude. And the poet, when he could imagine, when the beautiful daffodil flower flashes upon his imagination, or flashes upon his inward eye or upon his mind, that he considers that moment of being lonely or being in solitude, that he considers it to be a bliss, means it's a gift of solitude. Whenever he is lonely, whenever he don't do anything, whenever he simply lie on his couch. Okay, so right at that moment he feels very happy, because he could imagine the beautiful natural scene of daffodil flowers, means he saw or noticed long ago. So that is why the poet says that beautiful scene of nature, that beautiful scene of nature, or that beautiful daffodil flowers left a deep impression upon his mind. Okay, and he could cherish that beautiful moment of being with that beautiful daffodil flowers. Okay, so and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils, means when he could imagine lying on his couch, whenever the beautiful daffodil flowers flashes upon his mind, that his mind or his heart also fills with pleasure, and he also dances, or his heart also starts dancing with the daffodil flowers. Okay, so this is what, or this kind of benefit that the poet has later on, even after leaving that beautiful or jocund company. Okay, means when the poet was just wandering, he could see, or he just noticed the beautiful scenery of daffodil flowers, and he has just given a vivid description of the daffodil flowers, whatever he saw, and the beauty of that natural scenery, the beauty of the daffodil flowers. But later on, even after leaving that jocund company, or even after leaving that beautiful scenery of nature, that he had a benefit of having such a company, or he had a benefit of noticing or showing such a, or means he had a benefit of means having the company of such a beautiful scenery of daffodil flowers, as he himself says that whenever he is very lonely, whenever he is very in very pensive mood, that he could imagine, he could visualize the beautiful daffodil flowers, okay, in front of his eyes, and he himself considers it to be the bliss or gift of being in solitude or being lonely. Okay, so whenever he could visualize the golden daffodil flowers, okay, even after leaving that scene means long ago, that his heart fills with pleasure, means he becomes very happy and his heart also starts dancing with the daffodil flowers. So that is how the poet comes to an, means we basically comes to an end to the poem, and this is how the poet himself stops or concludes giving the description of the daffodil flowers here in this poem. So next time we shall be talking about the main points of the poem. Okay, thank you.